Welcome to Homework Help for Lesson 6.6. Today we're going to learn about natural logarithms and we'll be doing problems 1 through 4 on the homework. So before we jump into our homework problems, as always, we need to practice some prerequisite skills so that we can be successful in this homework assignment. So first we're going to start by converting from log form to exponential form. Now this should be a review, but if you have a look at these problems right here, all of these are in log form, and I know that I'm in log form when I see the word log. So if I'm in log form, to convert into exponential, well, we need to cross out the word log because I don't want to be in log form anymore. I'm trying to get out of it. We read this, by the way, as log base 3 of 27. So the base, we're going to just hold on to that. We'll use it in a moment. But the guy after the log, we're going to bring him down. So 27 equals. And then remember how this was our base? If that's our base, this guy on the other side of the equal sign is our exponent. So I like to circle the base and then draw an arrow up across the equal sign to show that 27 equals 3 cubed. Now this is an exponential form. So we'll do the same thing for our second small example here. I'm in log form right now, so to convert into exponential form, I'm going to cross out the log, bring down the guy after the log, so I'm writing x plus 1 equals, and now I need my base 3 to the power of 4. Let's do another conversion problem. So what sets this problem apart from the last two? If you look closely, you'll see that we're actually missing a base here. So remember, when you have just log with no base, that's the equivalent of having a log base 10. So we need to write that little base in. Now we have all three numbers that we need, so let's go ahead and convert from log form to exponential. Cross out the log, bring down the 100, set equal to, what's your base? It's 10 to the power of 2. So notice how difficult this would have been if we didn't write in the base. We would have done this. We would have crossed out the log, brought down the 100, set it equal to, and then there would be nothing here to take to the power of 2. So this is a common mistake that's made. You have to write in the invisible base. Write that into your notes as like super duper important. Must write in the invisible base. Cannot stress it enough. Okay, so here we wrote in the 10, meaning this was 10 squared. So let's do the same thing here in our last example. So what's missing? Well, this is ln, it's missing a base. But what you've just learned is that ln is basically a log with the base e. These are pretty much all equivalent. So when you see natural log, or ln, you need to write in the base e. Okay? So let's go ahead and do that. Write in the base. And now to convert into exponential form, we shall cross out the log because we're not going to be in log form anymore. We're going to bring down the guy after the log, which is e squared, and set it equal to our base that we just wrote in is e to the power of 2. So I hope that pattern, I just went through 4 examples, I hope the pattern is starting to sink in of going from log to exponential form. That's pretty much what example 1 is all about in your homework. So have a peep there, and then come back and we'll do the next skill. So the next skill we're going to practice is converting from exponential form to log form. Basically, we're going backwards. So have a look at what we see here. All of these are written in exponential form. I know it's in exponential form because, number one, there is no log or ln. I don't see the word log or ln, so I can't be in log form. Also, you see that we have like bases and exponents, meaning that, well, we're in exponential form. So to convert backwards, Boop. Okay, just be patient with me really quick. Great. So to convert backwards from exponential to log, this is our pattern, okay? Number one, you bring down the exponent, and then you write an equal sign, and then you're going to write the word log, because if you're going into log form, you need to see that word. So don't get stuck. Bring down the exponent, set it equal to the log, and then we're going to put the base and then the last number that remains, like this. Check it out. So first I'm going to bring down the exponent. My exponent is 3 here. So 3, set it equal to. If you get stuck, just ask yourself, what form am I in? Right now I'm in exponential. What form do I want to go to? Well, I want to go into log. So that means I need to write the word log. Lots of people get stuck on this, but you just got to write the word log because we're going into log form. And now look at the numbers that we have remaining. Which is going to be the base? Which is going to be the base that goes down at the bottom? Well, the base refers to literally the base of the exponent. So this is a base 4. And the only number that remains is the one all by itself over here. Write it down. Log base 4 of 64. So let me repeat. First, we bring down the exponent. That's what this step is saying. Then write equals. Okay, that's our equal sign. Then we write log, and then we read off. Which one is the base here? Oh, the base is 4. So write it small and low, log base 4. And then the last number goes off at the end. Let's repeat that pattern with our base e now. So I'm in exponential form. I want to go into log form. So bring down the exponent. 2x equals. Now I'm going to write the word log, but it's a base e of 3.14, the only number that's left. Ooh, but if I have log base e, we don't actually write it like that. We use the word natural log. So again, log base e is the same as ln, or natural log. So your final answer here would be 2x equals ln 3.14. Let's do another. So I'm in exponential form. I need to go to log form. So I'm going to bring down the exponent, 3 equals. Write the word log. What's our base? Our base is 10 of 1,000. Now that is a correct answer, but like we said before, when you have a log with base 10, you don't actually have to write it. It's assumed if you just write the word log. So this is equivalent. Both of these answers are correct. You could write the base 10 in or not. These are both right answers. Let's do one final one. So it looks kind of crazy, this b to the x minus 3 equals 5c, but our same rules apply. We're going to bring down the exponent, because right now I'm in exponential form, and I want to go to log form. So bring down the exponent, so x minus 3 equals log. Our base is b, and then we're left with 5c. Okay, so hopefully you're more comfortable now converting back and forth between log and exponential form. Let's start our homework. So problem number 1, all it wants us to do is to write it in exponential form. So that means right now I'm in log form. So to go into exponential, what word should not appear in the next step? Well, if I'm going into exponential form, the ln shouldn't appear. So we cross it out, write in your invisible base, which is e, and now we'll follow the pattern. Bring down the 15, set it equal to base to the power x. Again, let's do d now. I'm in log form. I want to go into exponential form. So cross out the log, bring down the 6x, set it equal to, what's missing right now? I usually circle this base and take it to the power of 3. So what I forgot to do, of course, was write in the base e. If you find yourself stuck, like, where's my base? You need to write it in. So since it was ln, it was a base e. Our answer is 6x equals e to the power of 3. Just as a quick check, let's see if you remember, if this had been log 6x equals 3, try writing the final answer yourself. Go from log to exponential form. So if you pause the video, now you can press play. The answer is 6x equals, the invisible base was 10 to the power of 3. All right. Let's go on to problem number 2. Now we are in exponential form, and the instructions say, hey, convert this into log form. All right, so let's do it. If I'm in exponential form and I need to go to log form, then I need to bring down the exponent, set it equal to log, what's my base? Oh, the base is e of 3. Now, whenever my base is e, we just go ahead, from now on, I'm just going to write ln right away, ln 3. And that's our final answer. That's what you'll see in the back of the book, because nobody actually writes log base e. We just immediately write ln. Let's do one more example. Problem number 2D. So to go into log form, we need to bring down the exponent. So we're writing -2 equals log base e is just ln, and then the only thing that's left is this x all by itself. So the guy all by himself on the equal sign always gets the log. So see, log of 3. Here I have the x by itself, so ln of x. It's all just a bunch of patterns, and the trick is doing many, many examples. Now in problem number 3, we're actually given an equation. So it doesn't tell us what form to go to. We just have to solve for x. Well, the best way to approach these problems is always ask yourself, what form am I in? Right now, I don't see the word log anywhere. That means I must be in exponential form. I have a base, I have an exponent. Well, if I'm in exponential form, then ask yourself next, what form should I go to? That means I should go into log form. So whichever form you're in, you're probably going to need to go to the other in order to solve. Let's see how that works here. Bring down the exponent, -4x equals ln of 8. Hey, that's nice now because I can actually get x by itself. All I have to do to solve for x is divide both sides by -4. So that will leave me with x equals ln of 8 divided by -4. Now, I kind of jumped the gun here. I should actually use my calculator to see what ln 8 is. So give me a quick second. I'm going to go grab a calculator. Didn't really think this one through. If you're using your iPhone, you're going to hit 8 and then the ln button. If you're using a calculator, though, you hit ln and then 8 and then press equals. So ln 8 is 2.0794. And I'm going to divide that by -4. My answer is -0.519, and then the next number is 86. So I like to round to 4 decimal places. That means that this number, if it's bigger than 5, means that one has to go up by 1. That's what it means to round up. So since that number is bigger than 5, then my answer is going to be 0.5199 instead of 98. So the only difference between this example, basically problem number 3, and the previous ones is that you need to go into, you need to figure out which form you're in and which form you should go to, because the instructions don't tell you. And then you actually need to solve for x. Let's do one more. I'll do C, because why not? So C says ln of 2x equals 8. So check it out. Here I was in exponential form. I needed to solve for x, so I had to go to log form. In this example, though, what form are we in to start with? We're in log form. So to solve for x, to get it outside of the log, we need to go into exponential form. So see if you remember how that works. Cross out the log, bring down the guy that's after the log, set it equal to, oh, what's our missing base? We must write it in. Our missing base is e. It goes e to the power of 8. So we need to actually figure out what is e to the power of 8. If you're using your iPhone, you're going to hit 8 and then press the e to the x button. If you're using a calculator, like a TI-84, for example, you're going to hit second ln. So the second is the blue button at the top, then ln, and you'll see an e to the button, and then hit 8. Whichever way you do it, you should get that 2x is equal to e to the 8th power is 2980.9579. Well, the next number is an 8. So if I want to round to 4 decimal places, that 8 is going to make this 9 a 10. That means that this becomes a 0 and this guy becomes an 8. Just rounding, no big deal. If you're off by a decimal, not a big deal. So 2x is equal to 2980.9580. Final step to solve, we'll need to divide both sides by 2. So using your calculator, divide that by 2. Check if you got 1490, so 1490.47899. Again, that 9 at the end, that 5th decimal, means this one's going to round up to a 10, and this guy is going to become a 9 as a result. Our final answer is 1490.4790. Boom. Nice and sweet. All right, so let's do our very last problem. Problem number 4 looks like, if you observe all the different questions, you see a lot of ln e to the power, and then you also see e to the ln of some other numbers. So for these problems, you really just have to know these rules, okay? So write down these rules with me. If I have ln of e to the x, and I want to see what that is equal to, well, here's the question. If I write my invisible exponent, the question is e to the which power? Like, e to the what power will give me e to the x. So what I really did right there was I went from log form. I wrote in my base e. I went from log form, I brought down the e to the x, and I set it equal to e to the power of question mark. Well, what does that have question mark have to be? E to the what power gives me e to the x. The only answer is x. So what you just learned is this property, which is that if I have the natural log of e, so my base here and my base here are actually the same, you can kind of cross them out and your answer is just what's left over. Same here, look. I have now in a different form. I have my base e, and for its exponent, I also have a base e. So it's kind of like cross them out, and the answer is just what's left over, the x. So please memorize these rules. I'll write it one more time, less messy. ln of e to the a is just a. E to the ln a is just a. Let's do problem number 4D. So ln of e to the 8, so our bases are the same here. Kind of cross them out. My answer is just 8. Now, f, e to the ln of y squared. Well, this is my base e, and this has a base e, so my answer is just y squared. Now, I'm going to prove this to you. If you're interested in why, stick around. I'm going to prove it. by, I'm going to show that this is actually true by going from one form to the other. Check it out. So right now I'm in log form because I see the ln, and I'm going to go into exponential. So that means I need to bring down the e to the 8 and set it equal to, oh, sorry, I forgot to cross out the log. Set it equal to base to the power of 8. Aha! So you see that it's true. That means our answer really checks out. It was 8. Similarly over here, since I have e to the power, this is actually an exponential form. So to go into log form, I'm going to bring down the exponent, which is ln of y squared, and set it equal to log base e, which is just ln of the remaining number is y squared. And so again, you see that the left side is equal to the right side. Okay, so the answer to D was 8. The answer to E was y squared. All right, I hope that was helpful for you. Have a great day.